Hello mga kababayan, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Laruan ni Obi-Wan. In my previous review of this Master Chief Combat Evolved by Wicked Cool Toys, I was just so disappointed and disgusted by the total purchase experience. I was really excited to have this action figure, and I thought that they already improved on engineering, articulation, and detail, but out of the box, I was really disappointed with overall issues with this action figure. So just this afternoon, as I was scanning the toy aisle, I came upon this action figure once again from Halo Reach Jorge052. It was just looking so good that I couldn't resist buying this action figure, and once again giving Wicked Cool Toys a chance at redeeming themselves with this action figure purchase. So this is an unboxing experience. I really did not take this figure out of package and toyed with it or discovered everything about it. This is a 100% experience of me opening this action figure out of packaging and giving you a total impression. So let's do it. So we have the figure out of packaging. So let's examine the contents of our purchase. So we have the figure of George, of course, Wicked Cool Toys, handsets. So we have a lot of handsets in this set once again, and are they useful to this figure? Let's see. But I know majority of the stuff that are here on this side packet is, let's see, well, whatever. So on this side we have the backpack of George and the machine gun. So first impression, is it going to be soft rubbery, and is it going to be the same gummy material as the one that we reviewed previously? Okay, so we have a bend on that gun, and it looks like it's soft and gummy and rubbery, but so far I'm really liking how this thing really looks. So I guess it's because of the thickness of the plastic this time. It is really nice and sturdy and quite weighty. So this is the image of the weapon up close. So we have the carrying handle, we have the firing handle, we have an ammunition box, and this is nicely painted so far, so really looking good. So that's a plus point. Let's take a look at the backpack. Okay, so on the back end of the backpack, so this side goes to the back of the figure, so we still have some kind of details as to what those black boxes are. We really don't know. So this is the side of the backpack, this is the front of the backpack. So we have the details, UNSC logo, and we have some gray painted material on the backpack, and we have those details. So majority, it is nice, clean painted. As to material, that's hard plastic. So unlike the plastic of this material, when you tap it, it is just way too hollow and brittle, and we have very soft gummy joints on this action figure. So this, I really would have liked this action figure and would have wanted it really for my collection, but just much of a disappointment. Okay, handsets. Let's get through with the handsets. So as usual, those handsets, taking a look at it, they're going to be just so far useless. So they're going back to that packaging material. I won't be messing with this side anymore. So I'm just interested with the base figure. The supporting accessory seems to be good. So George looks kind of sturdy, and as you could see, the figure is nicely painted. So no paint splashes so far, but I am still not taking this out. So he looks good, and let's see if this figure is going to redeem me with purchasing more of Wicked Cool Toys action figures of its Halo line. Okay, so same soft rubbery material, same as the softness of the joints on this Master Chief. So let's discover how much articulation do we have. So we have a joint system over there, 2 bends. So how much bend? Is that a good bend? And that's a really wide. I really don't know how to express what this knee bend looks like, but so far even if it's soft and rubbery, so far it looks good. So with the joints on this portion on the leg, so we have this articulation point. You could raise this leg that high. Of course, cannot kick backwards because of the design of the butt piece. So far the paint job on this is really nice and clean and out of the box. As you could see, I really did not take any of my heating materials like a cup of boiling water or a blow dryer. So this is an impression out of the box. So far leg articulation is okay. So we're going to reserve this part and that part the last. So for the arms, we have full rotation of the arms. That is because of wide clearance on the shoulder area. Even if we have very thick shoulder armor, we have really nice clearance. So raising up, good. So bicep cut for rotation. So we have 2 points of articulation for the elbow. So is that a clean cut or clean bend? So far looks good, So let's discover the hand articulation. So we have a hinge there or swivel for movement, and we also have rotation of the hands. Finally, let's go first to the head. So how much articulation do we have on that head? But so far, really loved the look on the visor of this George figure. So really nice and clean, and even the details and paint job on the helmet and even on this armor piece. So we have the attachment points for the backpack. Okay, so finally reveal how much articulation point we have there. So okay, at least this has side to side movement, but we don't have any form of head tilts. We have head nods, but we don't have any head tilts. So I was okay, so let's take a look at so far we're not seeing any points of articulation. So on the neck area, so this is just for sideways movement. Okay, so I'm going to reserve my comment at the last portion of the video. But so far, the review looks good on this action figure. We still have the same gimmicks of if you want to make this figure mate with a sidearm, so that is possible with a peg reversible both on each side. So one could possibly hold a knife of some sort or any accessory, and one would be a pistol, of course. So let's put that back to its normal color or mold, since we don't have any pistol or any other supporting accessories for the thighs of this action figure. Okay, so nice and tight, those things won't fall off. So the chest is nicely painted even, so the UNSC logo also is nice even. The yellow is nice and even. Looks like a fresh armor for George, which if you've played Halo Reach, you would see the images of Noble team. Their armor is really scuffed at, so this is a really clean armor. So if you want to customize this action figure, then it is possible. So last point of articulation. Okay, so at least we have some sort. Oh, okay, I'm really surprised. So we have some sort of articulation for the waistline, so that this is really a big improvement. Okay, so really love this figure so far. So my likability rating for this figure has increased to 60%. So let's attach the accessories. So is this backpack going to hold on nicely, or is it going to fall? So let's give it a tap. Okay, so it's staying in place, doesn't wobble. And will it stand with that weight on its back? So, well, of course, depends on how you position those legs. So let's get this Master Chief off of frame. Okay, so now final thing, is it possible with this gun? So let's try to make George hold on to his main battle implement. And will he be able to support a really nice weapon holding position for this humongous weapon system? So come on, cooperate. If you don't cooperate, I'm going to give you a sub rating. But so far, okay, so depends. So just have to study how those hands are molded, and once again try to make George hold on to his weapon. Okay, so he was able to hold on to with the left hand, so let's try the right. Okay, so anyway, in the game, majority of the time he would fire his weapon this way. So if you want a firing position that is firing at a aircraft, so you just have to tilt on the waistline. Okay, so this figure looks promising. So it's holding on to its position, it's not, and we have rocker points on the foot area, so giving a very stable firing platform. Okay, so final verdict on this Jorge052 by Wicked Cool Toys. So if you see this action figure at your local Target, I would give a final recommendation of a buy. It's nicely painted, it's nicely articulated, but this has to be a separate piece, or you have to position this action figure away from your other action figures because once again of those very weak knee points. So that's the only thing that I could possibly gripe on with this action figure. But still, and unless that they would really Wicked Cool Toys would really produce another Halo character that is really worth my purchase, I guess I am still would skip the other figures. But with George, I just couldn't resist George. So I'm just happy to have Noble 6 on board and this George action figure. Possibly if Wicked Cool Toys would come up with a very good looking, well articulated, and a very stable action figure of Carter. And please, Wicked Cool Toys, if you see this action figure, if you could make your action figures to have really stable knee and elbow articulation points, because this is the Generation 1 Master Chief, and I really like the how stable those knees are. It's really solid plastic, so with the elbows solid plastic, and so far I was able to improve the articulation points on the waist area. So this I'm going to cut some materials off the waistline to improve more articulation, and possibly take a look under the helmet. So what is hindering this helmet from really articulating well? But so far maybe it's because of how thick this armor is that we don't have any form of upward gazes or downward gazes for this action figure. But overall, really would recommend this action figure. But for this Master Chief, this specific Master Chief, just skip this figure. Even if you like the design of the Combat Evolved Halo, Master Chief Halo, then just skip on this figure. You're better off with the older versions of the Combat Evolved by I already forgot the company that produced it, but I have one by McFarlane Toys, but it's a smaller version, and I'm going to put that I am going to put a review of that action figure in my channel soon. So yeah, but with this George figure, if you see this, it's a really good looking figure. The weapon system is really nicely painted and it's solidly built. It's not soft gummy material. The backpack is nice and stable. It stays on the back of the figure and so far provides stability. So as you could see, even if I would rotate this turntable and stop it abruptly, the figure just won't topple over. So unlike this Master Chief, if you do that to this Master Chief, as you could see, it won't even stand on its own. Okay, So that's my review of this George action figure by Wicked Cool Toys. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next action figure review.